How you doing, everybody? I'm Miles McPherson, pastor of the Rock Church in San Diego. I want to thank Leadership Network for this opportunity to share with you. Hopefully, it's an encouragement to you. Since I only have 6 minutes, let me get to the point. In 2009, our church in San Diego gave 600,000 hours of volunteer service. That amounts to about 1 hour per person per week on average for 50 weeks. If you had a church of 100 people, that would be 5,000 hours for the year. And of that, we gave 100,000 or committed 100,000 to our mayor. We ministered to gangs and prostitutes and old people in convalescent homes, cleaned up parks, painted graffiti, all that kind of stuff. The reason I'm telling you this is because you have the same kind of firepower sitting in the seats of your church. I believe that there's more ministry potential sitting in your seats and on your staff. And the ministry output potential of your congregation is phenomenal. It's exceedingly abundantly more than you can ask or imagine. And I'm going to give you 3 very simple words that I believe will help you unleash that power. Now, if the church is the body of Christ, I believe that the body of Christ should be doing the same thing that Jesus did when he was in his body. That the body of Christ today should be doing the same things that Jesus did when he was in his body. So I want to give you 3 things that Jesus did that I think we should be doing that would help us unleash the power in our congregation. The first one is count. I want to show you a little picture. See my big-headed brother. I know he's got a big head. I'm not going to quit my day job, you know what I'm saying? I know a lot of people have a lot of issues with counting and measuring, but I want to propose something to you that God is a numbers freak. He's a mathematical genius. There are 1,189 chapters in the Bible, 1,189. And at least one time, at least, if not 2, but at least one time in every chapter on average, God measures something with a number. Now, you can't measure anything without a number. Not even love, as we're going to see in a minute. But at least once in every chapter on average, from Genesis 1 to Revelation 22, there is God uses a number to measure something. Jesus did the same thing. Jesus himself said that for God so loved the world that he gave us one and only son. Not 5, not 3, 1. Jesus said that he would die, and after the 3rd day, not the 2nd day or the 4th day, after the 3rd day, he would rise again. He told Peter would deny him 3 times. After the cock crowed twice, he would know. Jesus said if a man had 100 sheep and one left and got lost, he would leave the 99 to go find the one. He used numbers over and over and over again. So should we. Now I'm going to propose to you that there are some very specific things around your church you should know, and I call them symptom centers. Symptom centers are places that people go to medicate their fallen nature. For example, bars and strip clubs and convalescent homes, group homes, homeless shelters, bridges under which homeless people sleep. Do you know how many of these places are around your church? Do you know how many strip clubs and bars and group homes and AA meetings are around your church? I want to read something to you if I can find my notes. My bad. Let me read this to you. If within 10 miles of our church in San Diego, there are 12 abortion clinics, 17 adult bookstores, 34 drug treatment centers, 7 homeless shelters, 12 battered women's resource centers, 425 AA meetings within 10 miles of our church every week, 116 bars, 280 liquor stores, and you can go on and on and on and on. All that information around your church is readily available. And then the question is, how many people go to those places? How long do they stay? And what are the impacts of those people? That is a list of ministry opportunities that you can never exhaust, but we should be exhausting because people are going to those places instead of coming to our churches. So the first one is count. The next word that Jesus did, the next thing that Jesus did is he walked. There's my brother walking again. If I can get my hands right. Okay. Of course, Jesus walked. He didn't have a car, but think about it. He could have had an office in a synagogue and said, "You all come to me." No, he went to them. My challenge to you is get your people and your pastors and you out of the church, take your feet and go to these places that you just counted and put yourself in them so your presence can be. Whenever Jesus casted out a demon, he would walk up to the demon-possessed person, and before he could self-identify, the demons cried out and identified him for him. They said, "We know who you are, Son of the Most High, Son of David, the Christ." And they said, "Please don't torment us." They not only knew who he was, but they knew the authority that he had over them. When you walk into a bar, when you walk into a convalescent home, and yes, you walk into these places. We have women that go to strip clubs. Again, that's women only. They go to strip clubs every week. and minister to the strippers and the guys in there. When you put yourself in there, the demons that are there are put on notice that there's a high authority they have to listen to. So first count, then walk. The next one is the easiest. Just ask. A very, very simple question. How can we help? We went to our mayor and asked him, how can we help you? And we want to give you 100,000 hours. And he gave us a book of all these volunteer opportunities in San Diego. Listen, you have the firepower in your church. I want to give you a resource. I wrote a book called Do Something and a campaign kit that would take your church through 6-week curriculum. You can go to dosomethingworld.org, dosomethingworld.org. There's also on that website 25 videos that you can watch, 5-minute videos, instructional videos to equip your church to do all the things we did, many of the things we did. And there's also a 7-step process of serving your mayor where you can go up to him and ask him how to help. Listen, I hope that is helpful. God bless you, and do something.